the story and we'll answer these questions together. And the other question we have on the other side of the board, exercise 2, you will have to attempt that all by yourself. But for now, let's start with the first one. What we need to do here in the first place, we listen to the story and then we'll answer these questions. Now let's look at the questions together. Question number 1, we have who invited the birds to a party? Question number 2, where was the party taking place? Question number 3, who went to the party with the birds? And the last question, what name did the tortoise take? Now, the story. A long time ago, all the birds were invited to a party in the sky. A long time ago, all the birds were invited to a party in the sky. They were very happy and began to prepare themselves for the great day. Tortoise saw all the preparations and soon found out what it all meant. Tortoise was full of tricks, so as soon as he heard about the party, he began to think of how he would go to the party with the birds. But Tortoise had no wings. He went to the birds and asked if he could be allowed to go with them. At first, the birds did not want him to go with them, but he begged them. Then each bird gave him a feather with which he made 2 wings. He went to the birds and asked if he could be allowed to go with them. At first, the birds did not want him to go with them, but he begged them. Then each bird gave him a feather with which he made 2 wings. There is one important thing which we must not forget, Tortoise said as they flew on their way. He asked them to take new names for themselves. The birds agreed, and so they took a new name each. Tortoise also took a new name. He was to be called All of You. At last, they all arrived in the sky, and the people of the sky were happy to see them. Tortoise stood up and thanked the people. The people of the sky thought he was the king of the birds. After kola nuts had been served, hot soup was brought out from the fire. It was full of meat and fish. There was pounded yam and also pots of palm wine. When everything had been set before the birds, the people of the sky asked them to eat. But Tortoise jumped to his feet and asked, "For whom have you prepared this party?" "For all of you," replied the people of the sky. Tortoise turned to the birds and said, "You remember that my name is All of You." So Tortoise ate the best part of the food and drank 2 pots of palm wine. He was full of food and drink. The birds ate what was left, and some of them did not eat because they were hungry. They chose to fly back home hungry. But before they left, each took back the feather he had lent to Tortoise. He was left in his shell without any feathers to fly home. Tortoise asked the birds to take a message for his wife. At first, they all refused. Parrot later agreed to take a message to his wife. Tell my wife to bring out all the soft things in my house so that I can jump down from the sky without danger, Tortoise said. When Parrot got to Tortoise's house, he told his wife to bring out all the hard things in the house. So she brought out hoes, guns, and matches. When all was ready, Tortoise jumped from the sky and fell on the hard things in the compound. His shell broke into pieces. A medicine man helped to pull all the pieces of the shell together. That is why Tortoise's shell is not smooth. Now let's answer the questions together. Who invited the birds to a party? Who invited the birds to a party? The birds were invited to the party by the people of the sky. So the people that invited the birds to the party are the people of the sky. Where was the party taking place? Where was the party taking place? In the sky. Okay? The party was taking place in the sky. The party was taking place in the sky. Who went to the party with the birds? Who went to the party with the birds? The tortoise. The tortoise went to the party with the birds. Now the last question. What name did the tortoise take? He took all, okay, this is the name now, all of you. Okay, this is the name he took, all of you. So that is the answer to the questions. Now to the next exercise, exercise 2. What you need to do here is to put these sentences in the correct order to tell the story. The first sentence you have all the birds. Now put these sentences right here. You have, let us see, this is an oversight, sorry. Now sentences in the correct order to tell the story. The first sentence you have, all the birds took back their feathers. The second sentence, Tortoise went with them. The third one, Tortoise jumped from the sky and broke his shell. The fourth one, he ate all the food and drank all the palm wine. The fifth one, the birds were invited to a party in the sky. And the last one, the birds are what Tortoise left behind. Now, you put this story in order to tell the sentences in order to tell the story. Thank you and have a nice day.